Oh, let's put some music on, huh? Mm-hmm. What is going on, everybody? All right. Let me connect my ears. All right. Just restream chat back up. We're in my ear. Can you guys hear that? Nope, because getting everything set up, guys. Exclusives, image, tint, and detailing. What is going on, guys? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Just getting everything set up here. I had a client walk in, so I'm just trying to get everything together. All right, let's go ahead and power everything up. Already powered up. Transmitter on. Receiver on. Wireless mic on. Let's plug in GoPro. Plug in transmitter. Let's turn on wireless mic. We're going to go ahead and get started, guys. Just a Mercury Grand Marquis. We're going to be doing carbon film. We're going to be doing 15 on the front doors, 15 on the back, and then we're going to be doing 5% on the back doors. So, I want to make sure. All right, we're here. We're good. Good. Is YouTube looking? Looks good. Everything looks good. All right, beautiful. Ah, you liked the interview in Houston. Thank you. Thank you. That was a good one. Actually, the Marco and Carlos and Mike Norg. So, yeah, it was a good one. Definitely a good one. All right, let's just go ahead and switch cameras now. Just take a second, guys. The helmet's coming on. All right. I am going to put a headband on because last time I did it, my head did get a little sweaty, but I was outside. So we're going to do what it was like here. And it'll make it even sexier. Watch out now. Alligator, what's going on, baby? All right, let's get the gear on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're good to go. We're good. Mic's on. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get changed up. Change cameras. All right, check, check. Sounds like the audio is good. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Bottom shelf. Nice. 3 cars in your home? Hell yeah. I washed the van, and then I am starting on this car. So these windows don't need shrunk, and this window does take a little bit of time. So got to get all my gear in. Oh, nice. Heck yeah. Love me some flat. Martin, I figured you'd love it that I can actually hear people now. All right, I am totally in flat glass mode. I need to switch up. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Gonna need this. Hey, not too shabby, Abby. Not too shabby. Heck, beats. I haven't been in the shop since Friday. I've been doing flat glass. I've been doing flat glass Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I haven't been in the shop, which is a good thing, right? Where is my? Oh, looking down, it like puts pressure on my neck. I could definitely feel it. I might have to I had to do add a second battery to the pack, so I think I might have to just like get one big battery. It might be the same damn thing. $34, 20. How big is this one? More than 20? Ooh. Oh, it's gonna be close. I'm gonna try to pull it. $62, $34. The windows will be more. What'd you learn? did I say 34? Yeah, 34 should be good. Who is texting me? My knife go. I used my knife earlier. There it is. Ooh. I think we were close. So what I did is I cut the two fronts on this side, and then that's going to be for the back window. That way we can efficiently use the film. Oh shit, I think I just creased it. Felt it. Oh shit, no I did. Felt weird. Jesus. Might help. Grand Marquis. Grand Marquis. Neither. Mercury Grand Marquis. Jaybird? You've been watching the channel long enough to know to just look in the description. It's titled in the description, Jaybird. Come on. Get it together. At least this way, too, I have a little music in my ear. One of your first cars was this car? So Fucking horrible car to start with. Windows are big and awkward. The back window is where people get caught up on shrinking wise, and installation. Most people don't know how to take out that third brake light. I'm gonna show you. Gotta reset everything. Ah, well, if you know how to bottom load, you don't need to shrink. Mm-hmm. A file gun? What the hell is that for? Filing edges? I saw this corner, it's a straight edge. I was trying to roll it. I don't have my tank in the roller. Switching back from flat glass. The pain in the butt. What I just need is I only have one setup for everything. I need to get one setup for flat and one setup for mobile. I mean, not mobile, or for shop, and then be done. I like microcap. I did a file on this on a stream on a Camaro, an 02 Camaro a little bit ago. It was okay. I mean the gap, it did its job, but like there's just a lot of work into it, and if you just micro gap it and do it right, you're good. And I feel like it's a cleaner cut when you do it. When you file it, like even with the finest file, it still leaves like a bird edge kind of, and not as smooth. I feel like I tried it just to kind of see if I liked it, and I don't think I did. I'd rather micro gap it and call it a day. Very curvy window. Yeah, but that just takes more time. It's a lot of time. Like, I want it to look good, but then also be efficient in regards to time. Like, I don't think, like, it's all relative, right? Like, it takes time to cover the door panels, right? But I think that has a strong ROI. It takes more time to file, and I don't think there is like a quality difference. In fact, I think filing doesn't look as good as a micro edge. Exactly. Too much. There's a lot of work involved in filing. And if you mess up, you have to start all over. DSP. And that's just me. That's just me. Doesn't matter. If you guys think it, then go for it. So I did a pseudo test run earlier today, a quick little live stream just about me like pressure washing the van, because I got a new pressure wash system and I'm thinking about including it in some of my services. But I learned that the battery that I have is not, I don't think it's enough voltage to power both the transmitter and the GoPro. So like signal kept getting lost. So now I have two batteries on my head. All right. Now I was doing it this way to be more efficient with the film, but I typically have a pretty sizable handle on top that I get to pull. And oh, Matt learned how to use DSP? Nice. You know, in some reason, I guess I didn't realize or didn't anticipate the learning curve in regards to DSP, because a lot of people are doing it just like dryer sheets, and you can't. You gotta, like I did, wash the glass, keep everything dry, and then keep it moving. Oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work. I mean, we are right there. Oh, don't move. Oh, I don't think this is gonna be enough. I don't think there's enough. I could have trimmed the doors a little shorter. Man, it's gonna be right there. Oh man, I think I'm short. I'm gonna be short. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but I can use this for doors in the future. I did 20. Let's do 22 at 65, or yeah, 22 at 65 inches. And that'll be 22 at 65 inches will leave me enough for 2 doors at 18 inches. This is a 20. This is 20 is too short. I cut it right down the middle of a 40. All right. I'll leave that. We'll go 22. Which will leave me 18. Yeah. That should be enough for small windows in the future. Yeah. I know, I don't, I mean, I don't want to waste it. That film is good film. I could definitely use it in the future. 2 front roll-ups, another car. So I think we'll be fine. You just gotta label it correctly, which reminds me, you gotta label it. CFX 15% in 20 inches by 64 inches. Easy. Question is, I don't think I have enough. I've had this for almost 2 years, I think, or going on 3, and I have to replace the one blade. There's one blade that I normally use. I don't think that's enough. I think it'll be fine. We'll see. The blade, when it's brand new, like the second it touches, it cuts through. But the blades do end up going old, so you do have to replace them. My plan is to get not a workhorse, but the Titan 3. That's the plan. And then once I have enough, then I'll get, because the Graph Tech that I want is freaking is $10,000. So I just don't have that. So in the meantime, the Titan 3 will do this job that I need. My boy Cody over at Dark Knight Tinting out in Orlando, he uses that exact setup, and he said it works just fine, no problems. So it's all about availability and money, honey.
Hey, where did you put Finley's float?
Outside on the patio, upstairs, on the chair.
Okay,
Yeah, I let it to dry.
I love you.
Love you. So yeah, I want to get, but I know the regular Graph Tech is like 7,500, but I want to get the 60-inch one, so I can cut out. I know Solar Effects just came out with a cut program, laser cut. I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, if they're cranking it out, it's got to be good, right? And there's film and vinyl design. My boy Cody uses film and vinyl design. I don't even know if this is going to be long enough. I'm honest with you right now. I mean, it's going to be tall enough left and right, but I don't know. No, we're good. My boy Cody uses film and vinyl design, and it works great. I've used Core. I've used Lumar stuff. Where's the bottom here? So I pretty much used them all. and they all pretty much work relatively the same. The ones that I like to work with the best are the ones where editing a pattern and saving that pattern is an option, because sometimes, I'm not going to cut this all the way, sometimes the pattern is just not right and you need to edit it. So I like the ability to edit patterns, because then you can edit it and make it right and then save it for the future. Some patterns don't allow you to do that. Film and vinyl design, I believe, is one of the only film softwares that does not require internet connection. Everything else requires an internet connection. So so it's especially beneficial if you're like if you're mobile and maybe you don't have a wireless setup on the road. It just takes a fob, which I've always liked. I started off in film and vinyl design. It was one of the first first programs I ever used. But I believe when I get started and I do get a plotter, I think I'm gonna hop on the laser cut route, just because there's an association with an existing and current sponsor, so might as well give some love that way. Grand Marquis are just like Tesla Model 3 sunroofs or back windows and Model Y's sunroofs. Like, you need to start shrinking from the very beginning, from the middle. Don't just lay it down, because that film is going to need to go somewhere and it's going to catch up on you. The AC is all right. It doesn't. I have a next door to me is an AC company, and I brought the guy over, and I said, "Hey, I spent like $1,000 on this AC unit to try to keep it cool in here." And he says you can have 6 of those, and it's really not going to do anything. It's because there's no insulation in the ceiling, So one of my better bets is to get insulation and seal it up with drywall, and then that way I can insulate it a little bit better. It might be a little bit more efficient. It's somewhat cooler in here. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. But when I'm sitting at my computer doing work or other things, I just point both of those into like the little cubby section, and it works just fine. I stay nice and cool. Really cool, actually. And it's one of those things, like, if I really want to keep this place cool and comfortable, then I'm going to have to invest into a split, a stronger split. I'm also going to need to invest into insulating the roof and other things. So again, one of those things that just comes with time and money. I'm not ignorant to the fact, but it's also not the worst working conditions. I mean, I've worked in hot shops before for other people, so I think it's safe to say that I'm okay with working in a hot shop, working for myself. Okay, so I didn't cut the top and follow it, but notice here, look, this is where people mess up on these. Look at the film. I can shrink in this area, so technically to the outside of this. What everyone else does is they follow this H pattern and lock it in, and then you gotta try to shrink all that. That ain't happening, bro. I'm telling you right now, you try to do that, you're gonna crease it every time. So that's why I kind of keep it here, so I can have like a handle, but it also helps you remember the direction of the shrink. So Like these are those pain in the butt cars that people hate to do, which they are a pain in the butt. But I cut my teeth in the ghetto of Montgomery, Alabama, in a tint shop that only offered one film. So, and we saw Crown Vics and Mercury Grand Marquis all the time. So I've done this car plenty of times to know how to handle it. One car that is on the no-fly zone is a C6. I might give it another shot. I gave it a shot mobily, and I failed miserably. I think I tried 3 attempts on that back window, and it did not work. So I will give it one more attempt in the garage where I have some remnants of some control, and see if it works out better, if it bodes better for me. I have done C6s, but when I did a C6, it was with Lumar. Lumar does, I mean, Lumar, while it is expensive as shit, and most of the owners that run Lumar shops just know how to race to the bottom, but the film does shrink incredibly well. And it does have an ability to go to the side just a little bit. See that? It's trying to crease because it's lifted. I mean, that could be the case as well, burner. But instead of spending the time to practice on a car that I might see once every 2 years, I'd rather just not offer it for that vehicle. It's just that simple for me. Like, why work on that car when I don't have to? When I can get other business. So it's wanting to bind right here in the corner, and I'm like just past it. I mean, we're really close to the edge, so I'm just trying to, there it is, work it past. There we go. Sometimes a hard card is good. All right, we're past. We're good. That's what I probably should have done. I should probably run this film up this way first. Ooh. Pushing it right to the edge. Try to do a little pocket shrink technique here. There we go. Back on. Hey, what's up, everybody? Bring these way down as low as I can. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh shit! Do you guys like it like this with the chat on the side, or I just realized the chat's still there? Boom, much better. Some trash from before. It was close. It was close. We got that quarter. That back window, I mean. The hard part is these notches. I cut these out on the inside. If you try to cut it on the outside and you come inside, it's like always has issues. Yeah, I know, but then I still get a gap. Every time I've pre-cut those tabs, I still get a gap. So when I cut it on the inside, I never get a gap. I close it off. It comes out perfect. It's more work, but it's and I know not every job is perfect, but it makes me happy. So you know what I didn't do? I didn't double snap this. I did learn that if I run both AC units and then I run my heat gun, I blow a breaker. So that's always fun. If I hit any more heat in that corner, I'm going to end up heat creasing it. This is just one of those jobs where, like, you end up pushing the film to its limits. For sure. Yes, Raul, I do hear you. You know what? I thought I'd have clearance issues. I mean, I'm right up on it, but it's not too bad. Hi, Raul. I can hear you, sir. The new live stream. For those of you guys who have never taken these out, unscrew, disconnect, get these pieces back out. And what you're going to do is you're going to screw these back in. So when you install, you just slide them back into position. For this car, carbon films. So I was at 250, and then I learned that, then I learned that everyone else was at 250. So I just brought it down a little bit to 219, which I'm starting to not like, because I'm noticing the people that do get it are just like older cars. I think I'm going to bring my price back up to 250, because there's no reason to be below market, especially in a shop this good. I don't care how new I am. But normally it's going to be back to 250 soon. But 219, sides and back. Nothing too crazy. Tyler. As long as you put this back here, put these screws back in, these mounting brackets back in, you just need to slide it into position and go forward. Not too shabby. All right. I'm going to open the door so I can get some air in here. Also, I'll slide these chairs forward so I have some room. Cleaning time. This is not a ceramic film. No. My ceramic film started at $349, which I also brought down because the market, I was just a little too high for the market at $399. But the plan is that, like right now, I just got back from like a 4-day flat glass run. So You should definitely get ceramic. Ceramic, it's just a good upsell. My ceramic, so this carbon is going to be $249, and then my ceramic is going to be $399. So, but the carbon FX, like doing the math with a BTU meter, it blocks about 23% of heat, and then the IRFX blocks 64. So the pitch is that for less than double the cost, you end up getting triple the heat rejection. So which is a pretty easy upsell. And then my also trick is that I also offer FX Plus at $5.99 for the sides and the back. So when you see $5.99 and you hear $3.99, $3.99 sounds a whole lot better. It's all psychology. Love it. 250 is a solid number. I'd be at that price point too. The only reason why I'm at 219 is because I'm actually a little softer than the current market around here. But the idea was that, like, because I'm the new cat on the block, that I want to entice people to come in, and then I upsell them. Like, I don't want to do carbon. What am I doing? I got to go this way. I don't want to do carbon jobs. I want to do ceramic jobs all day. The psychology behind everything is that you end up pushing for mid-grade. So, but when you offer it, you end up doing it from time to time, which is okay. But if I'm going to do it, I need to do it at a better price point. I am going to reverse roll this, if you were wondering. So right now I'm a little light on the books, but I'm really not worried. I know I'm gonna get busy, especially with the busy time coming around. It's getting hotter. My Google reviews are up, and then my new website through the Tint Mob for the city of Spring Hill, which is literally, I can throw a rock and hit Spring Hill, just went live yesterday. So I'm going to be busier, and I'm going to be really busy. So I think I'm going to go back to $249 and possibly even $299, and because I really don't want to do carbon. And if I do carbon, I'll do carbon at $299. And then my ceramics, I'll go for $399. So for $100 jump, which is an even better value, you get 3 times the heat rejection. And then my FX Plus, I'll keep at $599 because I'm really happy with that. I mean, if you do a full car in the FX Plus, for me, it's $599 for the sides and the back, and $299 for the front. So you're like $899, $900. I might go to $699 on the sides and the back, so I can go $399 or $299 on the front windshield, and then that way I can do it for $1,000. Haven't decided. It really just depends. If I'm slammed and I'm busy, then my prices are going up. You know, and no one ever says that you have to keep your prices the same. I mean, Disneyland and other organizations do surge pricing on this in the slow season. They get better pricing, and then in the busy season, depending on accommodations and whatnot, the prices go up. Same thing with Uber. Same thing with a lot of companies, or like, because they only have so much space or they only have so much time, right? So you want to maximize the profits within that time frame. So it's like basic economics, right? Supply and demand. The supply goes down, the price goes up. And as the supply increases, and when I say supply, I mean my time, then the price can go down. I'm okay with fluctuating my prices. I don't care. I might upset some people by doing a fluctuating price, but people don't come to me, and that's how I'll run my business. That people don't come to me for my price. People come to me for my work, my good work, and that's what it is. And my work determines I have to make a living, and I have to make the best living I can. So that means if I'm scarce on time and I need to increase my prices because I have no time left, you want to work with me, or you want me to work with you, then that's what you have to do. You know what? My stance on discounts used to be a little bit more lean, but it's different. It's different now that I'm in a brick and mortar shop. It truly is. Of course, it gets slow around the first of the month. That's when rent's due. People don't have money to spend on tint. They got to pay their bills. So you'll see an increase in business on Fridays because people get paid on Fridays. You'll see a decrease in the first because people got to pay their rent. But back to the discounts. I used to do discounts 20%, but truly with a business, my overhead has tripled. It used to be just the van and the phone, but now I have the internet and a landline, rent, a whole bunch of other stuff. So much more overhead than it was before. So I might do like a 10% discount for like recurring customers, maybe, and I'm still on the fence about that. You know, I've been going to McDonald's. It's easy to say no. I'm not going to give any discounts, but you know, if I'm dead on the books and I need work, you know, I'm not going to say no, fuck that. I'd rather not. I'd rather fucking starve than give a discount. You know, but hopefully we'll get to the point where I'm like, yep, nope, no discounts. But yeah, and then the industry is also affected by different things going on. You know, that's why the holiday season's a little slower. Christmas time, Memorial Day weekend, major holidays. If you own a tint shop or a tint company on major holidays, you might as well close down because Labor Day, Memorial Day, people are out. They have the day off. They're gonna go out and go do shit and go do fun shit because they have the day off. They don't want to spend their very rare day off fucking at a tint shop. They'd rather take a half a day and do that shit. So major holidays, if you own a tint company, shut her down because you ain't getting business. You know, and when I say business, I mean actual business. Like you might get one car, or you know, but you're really gonna open up your whole day for one car. You know, you gotta keep in mind what your break even is. You know, if you got to make X amount of dollars per day, and that one car isn't gonna hit it, then the hell's the point? You're gonna end up losing money. You see what I'm saying about cutting it in? Look, I'm talking there is a 32nd of a gap between that metal component and the edge. You ain't cutting it that close. You're always going to fuck that up on the outside. I don't care who you are. Unless you're Mitch Goldman, because that motherfucker's crazy. He's so good. So this one I'm going to cut right across here because it doesn't matter. It's going to be covered by the is going to be covered by this little component here. So it's not going to be a light gap because things are covering it. Hey, one car a day, that makes your needs, and you go for it. All this for a carbon job. And see, that's what I don't like. I've always said that to people, like, they work at shops and be like, oh, they do just the cheapest film available. Then why do you offer it? Stop offering that cheapest film, or charge more for that film so you're happy for any job that comes through. Sometimes I gotta take my own advice. It's okay. I was in a garage for years. I know some cats that make more money on the road on a mobile outfit than people do in a brick and mortar. So you got to go with what's good for you and what works for you. Martin Fowler's a good example. He's mobile, and he makes a killing. He'll probably do over 300K this year. And he don't own no shop. Fuck it. Respect. So basically what I'm doing is I'm slowly trimming around this button until I get to the other side. Cut right through. And I'll probably lay this down and then trim even closer. I think I'm still overlapping that button. I'm not right at the edge. I swear sometimes I could have just been a surgeon. Look how close I am with these fucking things. Oh, there it is. All this work for $219. Okay, and then you pop it back over. Beautiful installation. Great job, Patrick. Connector's back. All right, who said it was hard to put this thing back in? You ready? The only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to push this thing too far forward. Make sure this bottom piece gets up in front so it could get underneath, and just line up one and insert, line up the other, insert, and you push straight. And that's it. You don't want to push too hard because it'll push against the glass and then you could shift it off the glass. That's it. That's how you do it, boys. on a single gap. Opa. Oh, why can't you be a full-time tinter, my friend? Why not? It's not possible. That's this. I don't know what that means. It's not possible. What does that mean? Just do it. I think I left my knife inside. I did. Oh, I turned it off. Why is it impossible? Is it not hot enough most of the time? And just so you know, I am most definitely living my dream. This has been what I've been working for the last 8 years. And if you want it to be a dream, then make it so. And if you can't tint windows in your area, then move. Leave. I am going to cut this like this. So it doesn't butt up. It's butting up against each other. So it's lifting it. Get out of there. I mean, you can still sell film in regards to aesthetic appeal, how good it looks, but yeah, if you want to sell high-end stuff, you gotta be where it's warm. So move. Is it warm anywhere in Europe? Where is it warm in Europe? I mean, it's cold up north. I mean, look at Matt. Matt lives in Michigan. It's fucking freezing in Michigan during the wintertime. I'm like, and not just a little cold. Like, I was in Kentucky in -25. Like, that's brutal. Like, Michigan, like, in the winter of Michigan, if you fuck around and don't have a blanket in your car and your car breaks down, you're pretty much fucking dead. And he's tinting. People are tinted. There are tint shops in Alaska. Why can't you have a tint shop in a cold area in Europe? I don't get that. Just do it. Or move. If it's truly your passion, it's truly what you want to do with your life. I mean, what else are you doing right now? You working at some shit job you don't like? Wishing you were tinting cars? Sounds fucking horrible. You only have one life, mate. And at the end of your days, on your deathbed, you're not going to be like, God, I'm really glad I stayed to be a fucking accountant in a shit fucking office and never chased my dream to do what I want. Now I'm going to be fucking dead. 10 people. What's up, guys? I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here. I'm just saying, if you want it, you got to get it, baby. That's fucking beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Up and over. Up and over. Come out. Opa. You son of beach. Let's take you off. You hold on to. Let go. There we go. Good here. Oh, Jeremy B. Sorry, bro. I'm one for that, man. I am. I'm all about that. About living life and enjoying your shit, man. Did you know that 85% of people hate what they do for a living? It's a fact. 85% of people wake up every single day and they're like, fuck me. Why? Why? It doesn't need to be that way. It might seem a little brutal, but it's honest. I mean, why else would you spend your free time watching some random fucking guy in Florida tint windows? Clearly there's some love there, you know what I mean? This is a 2010 and it is a little felty, so I am gonna tape off the edges. Now, I'm not saying, I want to be very clear before some people ruin your lives and fucking off yourselves because it didn't work out. I'm not saying quit your fucking job. All right, I want to be very clear in regards to this. I'm not saying quit your jobs and just start window tinting and pray to the gods that it works out. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that you got to grind. You got to work for it. If you want it, you got to work for it. You know, I spent years before I even started a company. I spent years on Craigslist and other places, just like doing tint work in people's garages. And then I pulled the trigger. After a couple of years, I pulled the trigger and got a van. And then I was on the road for 2 years, building up a clientele, you know, in a new area. I don't have friends around here. I don't have friends, period, actually. But I don't have friends around here, right? So, so it's not like I had like a network of people who were like, hey, I'm starting window tint companies. Help support me. Like, no, I don't have that shit. I got to market and get the word out. Started from fucking nothing, you know? And then an opportunity came about and then I got into the shop. It's something it's going to take years. It's going to be something that's not going to happen overnight. And if you think it's gonna, then you're wrong. You're mistaken. And that's not business, you know? Start off on the weekends. Be a weekend warrior. Get your craft down. You know, you have to be perfect at what you're doing, or as best as you can be. And then perfect it, make it better, make it better, make it better. And then when you don't focus on becoming a full-time window tinter. That is a natural byproduct. Most people do live paycheck to paycheck. That's true. You know, gotta be smart with it. Start slow and let it grow. If you really want this, you can. You can have it. Absolutely, you can have it. Martin just said, even with a network, it's hard. But you start slow. You know, you weekend warrior it. You know, and what I was saying is that how do you become a full-time window tinter? You don't focus on becoming a full-time window tinter. That's a natural byproduct. You focus on your craft. You focus on becoming the very best at what you do, making those edges super tight, no contamination, being courteous, being on time, answering your phones, the whole kit and caboodle. You focus on that. The natural byproduct of that is you become a full-time window tinter because you're a perfectionist at your craft and you're good at what you do, and people want to work with you because you're good at what you do. I've made every deal, everything to try to get this business up and off the ground. Lie, cheat, steal. No, maybe don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, but save. You know, do it just on the weekends. I'm only available on Fridays and Saturdays. And then, because then it's just extra money. You're not counting on that money. It's extra money, so you could save it. Then you could save it for training classes. You could save it for better equipment. Maybe you could save it for a van. Set yourself up so that when you're ready to go out on your own, you're not incurring all these liabilities. You've had it saved. But it's going to be hard fucking work, right? You're going to work an 8-hour day, work 5 days a week. The weekend finally comes. Nope. You're going to go out and you're going to tint 1 car, 2 cars a day. And then you're going to work 7 days a week. And it's going to be a fucking grind. But you know what? The 2 days a week that you do work with Nintendo is just love. And it's passion. It's like, yes, I'm doing what I want to do. When you love what you do, there's no, it's not working. Save your money for DSP. Exactly. So when you bottom load, when you bottom load these vehicles, you don't need to shrink them. I was looking into a different GoPro too, because I was like, I really saw I saw the Max lens, the Max Pro lens or whatever, that like keeps the horizon. Maybe it is a sign, Jeremy. Maybe it is. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to run your business, but it's very simple to run a business under the books, cash only, and not, to build an income, to build capital. You're such a tiny fish in the sea. Like, I'm not saying do that, but I'm just saying that I know people that have done it. But I saw the Max mod from GoPro, or the Max lens mod, whatever you want to call it, and it keeps the horizon level, and it gives you a little bit wider field of view. Definitely looking into that. But I just bought 2 more GoPros last year. I have 3 of them already, but like I need to buy a new GoPro and a new media mod for. And it only comes in the 9 or the 10, and I only have 8s. So I gotta if I'm gonna buy a new one, I'm gonna buy a 10, right? So I gotta get a 10, and then I have to keep that down. Then I have to buy the media mod, and then I have to buy the lens as well. So that's probably, I don't know. I guess if the prices of the 10s went down, I don't know what they are. They usually like $450, $500 when they first come out, but I believe it's been out for a while. So I could probably get it for $350, media mod probably $80, the lens probably $50 to $75. I don't know. All right, let's take this out. There we go. That's just a metal clip. Now this is hooked, so you don't want to just pull. You want to pull up and out so that you don't break that hook. You just want to pull up. Pull the door up. There we go, just like that. And if you do happen to pop that little hook, don't fret. This piece holds it, and you're never gonna see it. Oh, this is so nice that I can actually hear the chat in my ears, and we're good to go. I know Martin was busting my fucking balls about it. What's the point of doing a live stream if you can't fucking talk to people? Like, I get it. I get it. It may sound like Martin busts my balls a lot, which he actually does, but for those of you guys that don't know Martin, it comes from a very pure and good place in his heart. He's a very good man. You know, cares about his family, cares about his business, cares about his reputation. You know, he wants people, you know, maybe not in the tint community. He doesn't really care about tinters, maybe not, but his reputation in business and other stuff, you know. A man that can has proper etiquette, for sure. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if this client's in the shop. I thought I heard the door go off, which means that they left. Should check. Ain't going out there now. Micro cap. You know, and I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, right? 8 years, 10 years, whatever. Getting close to 10 years. But don't forget, y'all, I started from fucking nothing. I Google researched window tint, and I checked out, you know, the cost overhead and the profit margins and the possibilities, and it sounded like a good business. And then the potential to see if I can do the craft. But I had I've never had any formal training. I didn't go to a tint school. I didn't go to someone come out and show me how. I learned everything off of YouTube, guys. Everything. Taught myself, grinded it out, figured it out. So if you guys are like, oh, I don't know anything about window tinting, it looks cool, but what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, it's possible. It's most definitely possible. If I could do it, anyone could do it. I started off with $150 box of Max Pro film, and I think $200 worth of tools. That's what I started with. What is that? It's probably important. Don't lose that now. So this glass is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, it shifts this way, right? So I'm going to actually cut the bottom and this side and not shift it at all. And then I'm going to roll it down, cut the top and this, so that when I install it and I offset this corner, it'll dig into behind the pillar. Those of you guys that don't know, my setup is different now. I did end up getting that wireless transmitter, so I do have it, which means I can hear the chat in my ears. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms, feel free to mention it in the chats. The only thing that you might not be able to hear is if you're on like the Facebook business page, or not the business page, the Facebook public group. For some reason, sometimes the chats don't come through from there. So, but if you're on YouTube, chats always come through. Nickel. Well, 5%. I never do 5%, which means I probably have a 20-inch roll. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Nice. Nice. No slicing. How are we doing? Everyone doing good? How's the background music? Should I put the background music up a little bit? Oh, Sean. See, that's the thing. Look, I'm on the Window Tinting Business public group, and I'm looking at it, and there's comments, and I didn't see it. They didn't come through. Sean Volger said, beautiful shirt you're wearing. Absolutely gorgeous. This shirt is amazing. It's an amazing shirt. What you could do is leave the film long at the bottom. So if you crease it at the top, slide it up. Tip of the day, Jacob Hall. Bro, let me tell you about Jacob Hall. What a fucking gem. I was doing the touring tinter. I was doing a Tint Wiz integration and a little bit of training at Tint Genius in I always get this fucked up. McDonough, Georgia, just south of Alabama. And then Jacob Hall came in for a job, interested in getting hired on. What an amazing talent. I had him cut a window to install a window, and the first 10 seconds I knew he was legit. Like, just the way he a good melon. You know what I mean? The way he was handling the knife, the way he was handling the film. So this is definitely a tip that I'll take. Leave the film long, and he's talking about the back window, right? If you fuck up them corners, leave the film long at the bottom, shrink it, and if you crease the top corner, just lift the whole thing up and slide it up a little bit. gives you a second chance, a little bit of not insurance, but assurance that you're going to get it done right. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate that, my man. We are doing 5% on these back doors. I always thought about getting 20-inch rolls. Like, I didn't want to do 20-inch rolls on the road, right? Because then that's just too much inventory you got to carry. But I always thought about doing 20-inch rolls in a shop, just because sometimes it is more efficient. And I think the way I have it currently set up with hand cutting, I think that would be an advantageous move. But what's going to happen is I'm going to start doing 20-inch rolls, and then I'm going to buy a plotter. And when I buy a plotter, it's all 40s all day long, because then you can manipulate it, and then you don't have to really worry about the waste, because the production is a little bit faster, and you're making a little bit more money off the cars, and you don't really worry. Like, you worry about waste when you're small and you're new, because you want to squeeze out every bit of juice out of that fruit. You know what I mean? But once the ball gets rolling, then it's time, right? Because right now I have all the time, right? But eventually I'll have no time, and that's where you want to be. So I'm going to leave this here. It's a very different window than we normally do. Normally you pick it up, you shift it, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to leave it. Not even going to touch it. But I'm going to roll it down pretty aggressively. So what I did is I rolled it down about halfway so I can cut here and I have access here. You're right. Well, maybe I'll pull the footage. So I basically rolled it down halfway. And then I'll cut the top. And I'll cut the side here, and I'll get just the basic line. And that's a straight line. You just keep following that line through. But when you install it, I'm going to offset lower and then offset inner. So it's going to feed it into the channel. So, and I think what I'm going to start doing, I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to start leaving the corners, because I never get a really good corner. Right? I try to follow it, but then it always kind of gets a little wonky. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it and then install it and then round out that corner after the fact. So I'm going to go down here as far as I can and then stop. Tear away. This is probably better on a flat board so you guys can see it. So from here, I'm just going to follow this line, go all the way down. Or file it. That's one thing I never understood. Like, why do people file framed windows? Like, the window's closed. I mean, when it's open, like, you can see it. And then this one, I'm just going to follow straight up. I really do hate cutting on this plastic thing. I prefer it to be on glass, because it ends up like the thing ends up getting all like scratched up and whatnot, and you can see it in the film, and it bothers me because then I'm like, oh, is that in the film or is that in the, I don't know. Okay, we're all set. I know, alligator. You did get it for me. Big props, bro. Big props. And it's good. It was great for what it was when it was, right? So it was great for the car, for the van, because this is mobile. It's flexible. If I hit a bump with a piece of glass and it's not secured correctly in the back of that van, it explodes. So this was great because I just only used it as a peel board. But in a shop setting, sometimes you do need a board. Oh, by the way, the film came in for the training class, upcoming training class, May 24th, 25th, 26th. We do have one spot left available. So if you guys want to take advantage of it, 20-inch rolls and 36-inch rolls, I think I got for back windows, 20-inch rolls for sides, going over all basic 101 training course, how-tos. I want to get a liner. It's a little hard to see. I think, let's see here. I was going to use Lunar FX's film, but then there was like a thing within the Solar FX community. So they ended up pulling back Lunar FX brand and then bringing it in. So I was going to use that, but then I changed it up a little bit. I think I got the vintage. Yeah, the vintage. Vintage is a solid, it's a color stable film. It's a solid dyed option. And I checked, and they have a surprisingly a lot amount of films. Like, I mean, if you wanted to do a good, better, best just in ceramic, you could with Solar Effects, which is very rare because most manufacturers don't have film options like that. So, but the vintage was the most cost effective, right? But still a quality film. What I didn't want to do is that sometimes like people do training courses and they'll get like B-roll film. And B-roll film is film that the manufacturer made, but it has some sort of defect in it. And then, so they sell it as B-roll film, so they can make some money off of it, but they can't sell it as their good inventory stock because it doesn't meet their criteria. So there are some training schools that do that, but the problem is that's like training to be a basketball player. And you know you're going in with flip flops, or you're going in with a deflated ball. You know, like when you train that way, and you go into the real world, the real situation, the dynamics change. Everything changes. So I've never understood that, and I understand why, in a business aspect, why someone would do that, because it's cost effective. I get that, but not at the detriment of the teaching of the individual. So this is a good quality dyed film, and there are tint shops out there that offer this film as as their lineup. So I chose this film because it's a good film. You want to get a Sharpie? I don't know why I didn't do a Sharpie this time. I don't know why. I usually do. to get that arc. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to line it the front with the bottom. So the bottom is straight. And I'm going to do the same thing with another piece of film. Double layer it, and then I'm going to line up this template with the bottom of the line, and that way it saves me a cut. Yep. Whether it's a Sharpie or a knife, I think the idea of it being a template is the main takeaway. Oh, shit. Fuck me sideways. I didn't cut it deep enough. Me. What happens when you're fucking pussy and you don't push all the way through it. Nah, Tyler, that don't happen to me. I'm not even putting enough force to cut through 2 pieces of film, let alone enough force to etch the glass. Did you notice that I continuously break off blades? You notice that? Because a sharp blade will never etch glass when you handle a knife correctly. Three blades out, keep the butt of the knife low to the glass. You do that, the knife does the cutting, not the force. It's the cats that do two, 3 clicks out, and they keep it high, and they put a lot of force onto it. That's how you etch glass. A good fresh blade, 3 blades out. See that, y'all? I don't know if you can see that. Oh. I was looking at my Facebook thing. I'm trying to monitor my screen, and it's not up here. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see it. 3 blades out, even on my arm. Always 3 blades out. If you do 3 blades out, you won't fuck up anything, I promise. Promise. Well, yes, of course. You're right. Anything that you cut over, like a glass chip, a rock chip, or sand, will dull the blade. Correct. But not in every swipe. Hell, there's sometimes I'll break 3 or 4 blades just on the back window. So that's why you have fresh blades. Always cut fresh blades. Where is my blade holder? Where the fuck? There it is. I need to stop getting black blade holders. I prefer a blade holder. I gotta stop getting black ones because I have a black pouch and it gets lost in there. True. But that's just from years of rolling up the window up and down sand. It happens too when you live near the beach and you get sand constantly in there. Someone just walked through my door. Someone's probably going to hit the bell to call me very soon. Either that or someone just left. So we'll get lunch. Oh, like multiple camera, like Haas does? Oh, cameras into the thing. I do. I do, because I don't want to poke my head out there, because then it starts questions. Oh, how's it going? Blah blah blah. You know, I saw window tint. I used to window tint for 25 years back in the day. But I'm like, Jesus, I just want to tint your car. Nope, I don't care about that. 5. So there's no one in there right now. I'll show you these cameras. I have the Yi camera, $20 from Amazon. Now on the instruction manual, it says that it maxes out at a 32 gig micro SSD. Or not SSD, micro SD card, not SSD. It doesn't take a solid state drive. But I threw in a 64 in there. Now it's got the ability to freaking save your stuff for like 18 days or something like that. Let me see this turn. No, we're gonna thumb it. This is too tight in there. Might be too tight in there. I could do it with my right, but I don't know about my left. So we're gonna thumb this corner. So yeah, $20. This Yi camera is amazing. I'm gonna thumb it. Thumb it. Should be good. $20. The SD card actually costs more than the camera, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Oh, there you go. There's my client. Looking around. Oh, he's going to call me. Give me 1 second, guys. Hello.
How much more time you got?
Just a little bit longer. The back window's done. The fronts are done. I'm working on the back doors right now. Okay. So they're already cut out. They're just ready for installation. After that, just wipe.
20 more minutes?
I'd probably say maybe 30-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see here. Yeah, and if you need me again, just go ahead and hit the button. I haven't tried the Lowe's tape yet. I haven't tried it just because I haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, I haven't been able to. I was actually at a hardware store and I was like, yeah, I was looking for your tape. It's white and it says Lowe's on it. And she says, it's probably at Lowe's. And I look up and I'm definitely at Home Depot. So I was at Home Depot already. So I ended up just getting, I believe what it is, a similar product to what Matt has, just maybe like the Home Depot version. Not trying to be different. I was actually actively trying to search for the one that Matt has. But I was at the wrong store and I didn't. And while it was just right across the street, I was still too lazy to just go over there and do it. So I just got this orange tape that I've been using. Works pretty well, I think. Works pretty well. It's more, I think, in line with the Lowe's. I do want to try the Lowe's one just to kind of see how it is. And I'll probably like that one because Matt likes it and he uses it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And also price is a thing too. I don't know how much the tape costs, and cost evaluations are always important. But yeah, I was more or less looking for a tape that that isn't like the painter's tape, because the painter's tape is like, it's absorbent, so it starts to absorb. Where like the tape I got, the red tape, which I don't know where it is, it's over there somewhere. It's like kind of like more of like a plastic base, so it repels water a little bit better, which I like. Really feed it in here for a bottom load. Hey, thumbing it wasn't half bad. $12 a roll. I don't know. That's going to be pretty comparable to what I spent on that red tape. Business is about to get a lot better. So business is getting good. I mean, I did 4 days worth of flat glass installations, a little mixture of commercial and residential, and I did about $4,500 worth of work, which is great. So that's always a plus. But then it does take me away from the shop, which means I can't tint cars, which is like my forte, which is what I love. But I love tinting, so it doesn't matter. It's all good. And it's getting hotter. You know, we have the address correct. We have proper signage up. You know, the tint mob has me set up for the Spring Hill location or Spring Hill website. So it's going to get even better. So we kind of just ran by the skin of our teeth last month, and this month we are right on par for what we need to be. You know, and every shop's different, and every shop, like, determining on what you need as a shop, like, will determine your success. I am a little bit different because I do need to make a decent amount of income to help not only sustain the business to keep going, but also to pay my personal bills. Did you say pivoting night? At the hustle. We're doing good, baby. We're doing decent. Yeah, we're right on par for what the shop needs to make for a month to date. The flat glass jobs really, really helped with that. Like really. And I just have to be patient in regards to the auto stuff. I am going to be bringing on a new employee starting the 17th, and you'll probably see him in the live streams. He is my brother-in-law. He wants to learn the craft and whatnot, so I'm going to bring him on. I'm going to train him how to tint windows. I'm going to do an awesome job. You know, my time is better spent tinting windows, right? So if I can have someone else drawing up the warranty paperwork, taking the pictures after the car is done, wiping down the car, all that stuff, my time is better spent installing window tint. That's where I make the most money. So that's the reason for why we're bringing on an employee. And I'm gonna start cheap. So my idea is, how am I doing this? What do my blade holder? Why do I always lose this fucking thing? Nah, no drinking or smoking on the job. No, there it is. So I'll break down the pay scale and how I plan to do this with a trainee, a new trainee. Number one, finding someone with a solid work ethic. That's most important. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little questionable. Ooh, listen to that. I'm a little questionable. I'm a little questionable with his work ethic, but I guess actions speak louder than words. Holy shit. Just straight pitted. You guys hear that? It's like Rice Krispie treats. Oh, I think if I keep going over it sounds better. The inside. It's pitted. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta tell the client this so he doesn't, because that's gonna show in the tent. You'll hear me, you just won't be able to see me. Give a moment. I just need to show you something. No, not ready just yet, but I just need to show you something. We're on the last door, and then we'll be able to get everything cleaned up.
Scratches on the glass?
There's, the body work. It's not too bad on everything else, but it's probably going to be the worst on this door. Because if you listen, you hear those?
Yeah.
That should be no sound. And it's like, so it may, but like I can't really feel it, but like I can hear it, right? Because that shouldn't be clicking at all. So it might show up in the installation.
Right.
It's not a dirty installation. It's just pitted from body work that's been done. I'm sure there was body work done to this vehicle. Right there? That's it. So they were either grinding or something, and it was just the grinding wheel was just hitting the window. And it's probably going to be on this door too. So
It's gonna be a security guard.
yeah, there you go. There you go. I just want to let you know,
Yeah,
just to be aware. Watch your head coming through here, right here,
Got it.
and then
all right.
we'll be done in just a little bit. But I just want to keep you
I'm
informed.
a little hungry, that's why.
Got some chips there. Look, there's healthy options. There's chips, cookies. The cookies are amazing. Try the cookies. Everything, and I think the kind bars. Yeah, yeah. Don't be shy. Help yourself.
Thank you, brother.
Yes. No, don't thank me. It's all for you. Damn. All right. So my assumption was correct. There was body work done right here on the car. So there was probably a grinding wheel of some sort rotating this way and throwing sparks. And they're basically hot molds of lava of molten metal. So that hits the glass and it pits the glass. So nothing really I can do about that except for clean it as best as I can and move on. Like legit, if you felt my blade, it was all kinds of jacked. And, you know, and what I don't want him to think is that like it's a dirty installation because I just didn't clean the windows and stuff. Those pits could show as bubbles. So he needs to know that that's not my fault. Oh yes, back to the pay scale. It'll always start off as like a 2-week or 30-day trial because it's not for everyone. Window tinting is not for everyone, right? Attitude is a big thing. He knows how I am. I'm very type A. I'm very much how I am, and he's fully aware of it. And he's already understands how I am and the risks that's associated with it. And he's agreed to work with me with that. So oh yeah, always got to cover the bases. Always got to cover the bases. Oh, we're good. So starting out, you know nothing. All you're doing is helping with basically all the administrative stuff, paperwork, cleaning cars and whatnot, and learning how to install roll-up windows. $10 an hour. And then once you got roll-up windows down, your responsibility is everything else. The roll-up windows, and then you're learning how to install back doors. I mean, not back doors, back glass. $15 an hour. Once you learn how to install back glass in the sides, then you're starting to learn how to install front windshields. $20 an hour. Once you know how to install front windshields, sides and back, now you know how to tint a full vehicle. $25 an hour. And then once he hits $25 an hour, now we're going to be working on quarterly bonuses. So we'll have goals every quarter, and let's just say his goal is to reach $50,000 in gross revenue. Let's just say. I'm not saying that's going to be the case, but let's just say. Then in the 3 months, if he ends up exceeding the $50,000 in gross revenue, and let's say he does $60,000 in gross revenue, then he will share in the profit. There's going to be it's basically going to be profit sharing. So this does it tiers the pay scale for someone that's learning to someone to motivate them to continue to learn. And then once they learn everything, now there's additional bonuses that they can qualify for, which gives them motivation to work more than they need to. The only time I would draw back on them is if like they're under their quota, but you got to hit at least your quota. or close to around it. My job as an owner is to fill his time. If I can't fill his time, he's not making the money because he's not because he's not working enough. That's not his fault. That's my fault. So I'm failing him. So I want to pack him as much as I can. I didn't take business management classes. I would recommend it because you have to educate yourself. If you can do it, do it. And if you can't, then you're gonna learn to the hard knock way, right? Through trial and error, and business trial and error is a very not cost effective. It's costly. So yeah, because it's not. That's if you want to own your own business. If you want to own your own business, a window tint shop, and hire the people, then you're going to need to know how to do. You need to wear multiple hats, and one of which is knowing how to manage your business. You can't just have the craft and be like, I'm just a window tinter, and then not like take care of things like payroll and taxes, and your business will fail. If you're not one of those people that can handle something like that, then don't. Just be a window tinter. Just go work for someone. It's so much better. If you find someone that will take care of you financially, respects you, does right by you, pays you well. I worked at a tint shop, walking into a tint shop, the one out that you guys saw me all the time with for the first couple of years. When I was in Florida, I walked in at $72,000. So that's good money. The reason why I left is they didn't give me an opportunity to do more, right? I wanted to make $100,000, and I didn't just say, hey, by the way, I appreciate the pay, I want to make $100,000, and then give them an ultimatum like, to make more money, you have to do more than what you've already sanctioned to do. So I was doing inventory management. I was doing marketing. I was doing all kinds of stuff. And I had a game plan to take their automotive division from, well, when I got there, it was $120,000, $130,000 a year operation. And we got that up to 210, 215, which is good. But I had a business plan to break it up into $500,000. And for I'm going to make them $300,000, and it's only going to cost them $30,000 more out of pocket for my salary. And they decided to decline. I said, okay, that's fine. Then I'm going to go do my own thing, because I'm going to make the money I want to make. I'm either going to make it through my hard work and good deeds, or I'm going to do it on my own and make it my own. So, but they've been working with tinters for 10 years, so they know that most tinters. Well, you want a raise. Why do you want a raise for? Right? You can't ask for a raise if you're doing the same amount of work, the same amount of output. Like, why do you need a raise? You haven't justified a raise. You want a raise, you got to do more than what you're currently asked to do. So that when you go to them and you say, hey, I want more. And then they're like, well, no. Then I'm like, I've been doing all this, and this. I require, it's above my agreed upon workload that we first initially talked about. So they're like, well, no, we're not going to raise you. We're like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to go back to the original agreement that we had, where I'm just installing film. So you can do the inventory management, and you can do the marketing, and you can do this, and this, the same stuff that you've been doing for 6 months. So then when you do that on them, they're like, holy shit, we need to continue that. Okay, we'll pay you, because they don't want to do it. So they end up losing out. So that's how if you want to get a raise, that's how you get a raise. You have to justify the raise. If your job is to just install window tint, and you come in and you install window tint and you leave, and you don't do anything else besides that, there's no reason to give you a raise, because you're doing what you were sanctioned to do and what you agreed upon when you got the job. But if you're taking other tinters under your wing, you're teaching them, you're training them, You're showing them how to do better things, how to be more efficient. You're keeping an eye on the film to make sure that the efficiency is there, so we're not wasting film. And you're doing more than what your job requires of you. When you go and ask for that raise, it'll be already there. You've already put the work in. And they're like, well, why do you think you deserve a raise? Well, I've been doing all this without a raise. I've been doing it already to help the business. Oh, okay. Well, then let's continue that. Okay, cool. Thank you for the $30,000 extra. Because tinting is a skilled trade. Why is there a lack of tinters everywhere you go? Because it's a skilled trade. It takes probably about 9 months to a year, sometimes sooner, sometimes longer, to master, not master, but get the craft down. So most people leave. So there's not a lot of window tinters out there, which means it's great because if you're good at what you do, you can get paid. Lack of determination, and there's a lot of shitty shops out there. Shops that want to pay $12 an hour but charge $800 for a tint job. You got to take care of your people. The problem is if you underpay your staff and you're the most expensive tint shop in the area, like they're going to get wise to that. They're going to learn and they're going to be like, this is bullshit. Why am I getting paid $12 an hour? I'm doing this work. He's charging $800 a car. Why don't I just start my own business and take the $800 for myself? That's what I would do, right? But if that guy is guarantee him $50,000 a year with another $30,000 in bonuses for production, and he's taken care of, and he feels appreciated and respected, he's never going to leave. So it's not only window tinters, but it's tint shop owners that don't know how to take care of their employees. There's a lot of people out there that just suck at fucking owning businesses. And it's usually the same people that go out and tip 5% on the tip at a restaurant. You got to take care of your people. That could be a good prerequisite. If you're the type of person that tips 5% at a restaurant, don't own your own business because you're a cheap ass. If you can't afford 30%, keep your cheap ass at home. Take care of the people who take care of you. I don't care who you are. I tell my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is a 5%er, and I tell her she's a cheap ass all the time. I don't give a shit. Take care of the people who take care of you. Because if you don't, they ain't going to take care of you. I'm going to hit this with alcohol. Might be helpful to hit this side up. All right, guys, if you had any last minute questions, I am going to close out the live stream. Looks like we are done for the day. Well, done for this car. I'm going to close them out, take pictures. Fucking looks good. It's really fucking good. 11 people watching. Ah. Trust and loyalty is or not given. It goes back. It goes both ways. I know. I know. People are fucking cheap. Ah, thank you. Thank you. RGC, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Nope. Ah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah. I guess I'll see you guys next time. I love y'all. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Big shout outs. Hold on. I just wanted to make sure to double check on any super chats if there were. We good? We good? Oh, big shout out to Alligator Window Tint. I see that if you guys see in the chat Alligator Window Tint, his name is different and he's got the starter membership. So Alligator Window Tint is a member of Club WTB. Brand new thing that we have to offer here. Check it out in the description below. You can join Club WTB with membership perks, exclusive merchandise for members, 20% off the entire DSP online store as well. Lots of good things. So check that out. What is a good starting pay for a Tinter without experience but willing to pay for their training? $10 an hour. 25% of your gross revenue. So if you can only do $100,000 worth of cars, tinting cars a year, you're worth $25,000. I learned that from Mike Nord. I was at 33%, but it moved down to 25%. Because if you're going to run big business, then you need more margins. And having a 20% commission for a Tinter off of $500,000 is way better than having 33% commission on 100,000. So going for the stars here, going for the moon here. So